Women's History Month, and at just 10 years old, my next guest realized that boys were getting way better access to sports than the girls in her hometown of Tampa. So of course she's 10 and she's awesome, and she put pen to paper and wrote to her mayor. That letter became a real catalyst for change, and she is what we and our season-long partner pilot G2 Penn call an unstoppable overachiever. Everybody say hi to Evangeline! First, meet Jessica, meet Rose.
Hi.
Lovely to meet you. Jessica, Rose, Evangeline, this is like a great novel so far, ladies. Yes, I was like, your names are all... So you've been into sports for a while now, right?
Yeah, I've played softball for about 5 years, so half of my life. I have my sister Isabella. She played softball, so she kind of got me into like playing softball.
Yeah.
My dad played baseball. My mom played softball, and my mom and my dad are now my softball coach.
I was gonna say, y'all could start your own league with your family alone. That's amazing. So wait, when did you realize that girls' sports weren't getting the same kind of resources that boys' sports were?
In my hometown, I realized that at my Little League, there was 4 baseball fields and only 1 softball field. So like sometimes our practices would be getting canceled, and because there was a game taking place on our only softball field. So we would have to move our practices to like the T-ball field, which is really bumpy and has barely any grass.
Oh gosh, okay. So do you remember facing any kind of gender issues like this in our school in the South? Everything was about football.
Yeah, really.
So yeah, and then there were just like, girls did play volleyball, and like we got some stuff, but it was always more about it was a more male-dominated kind of field where I'm from. So.
Yeah, I never had because I went to an all-girls school. I always noticed, because I was like an AV nerd and stuff, and I always found that boys were always taught more about cameras. Like there was always an age where girls wouldn't be taught about the technical aspects of like making movies and stuff, and I always felt that it was quite sad.
I know they teach us like home economics.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, how to bake a cake.
Yeah, and I'd be like, I want to know how to build a computer.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
exactly.
Did you ever...
I would say the same. For me, when it comes to sports, I played baseball, and then there was an age where they were like, you can't play baseball, you have to play softball now. And I was like, I don't get it. I was used to playing baseball.
Yeah.
But they were like, no, girls play softball, boys play baseball. And there was same thing, like one field, one league, and versus like many different options and opportunities for boys. So yeah, it in the Inland Empire in Southern California, same thing.
Oh my gosh.
So
well,
I think what you're doing is,
so
pretty
amazing.
awesome and necessary, and you're like, we are half the population.
I know. And here's the thing too, though.
that?
You maybe thought about like, this isn't right, but like Evangeline thought about this isn't right, and you actually wrote a letter.
Yeah.
You actually like took action, which a lot of kids your age don't do, I don't feel like.
That's
so that's
so
awesome.
cool.
What inspired you to do that? They're clapping for you.
Yeah, so I wrote a letter to the Tampa mayor saying that we need more softball fields because like everywhere, like there's only a couple softball fields and it's just not fair.
It's just not fair that y'all don't, it's not equal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that you did that. Can you tell us like some of what you wrote in the letter?
Yes, so I actually have some right here.
I love that.
So I can like read you a few sentences of my letter. In my letter, I said, I understand baseball was invented first, and I'm also aware that boys usually play more sports, but it's not the 1800s anymore, and girls are starting to play sports too.
That's amazing. That's good.
You just said it's not the 1800s anymore. You just became my favorite child that's ever been on this show. Oh my God, that is so funny. I bet you made so many people laugh at first and then go, "'Tis true." So did you hear back?
Yeah, so I think I wrote the letter on a Monday, and our city being so great that they responded on Friday. The Parks and Recreation Department of Tampa. They called me back saying that they wanted to meet me and like discuss a few like solutions.
So what happened next?
Next, they applied for a grant from NRPA and Disney to get $40,000 to help us. So we skinned a not a softball field. We skinned a baseball field to turn it into a multi-purpose field with that money.
I love that, multi-purpose. And that's all inclusive, that's cool. So the first new field has been built, right?
Yes.
That's amazing. Look what what you did. You did that. Does everybody say, do you just stand there and go, you're welcome as they enter? I would.
You should have like a plaque with your name on it.
I know. I'm like, that's amazing that you did that just with your one letter.
so
And you
cool.
changed it not just for you, but so many other girls out there that are like, you know, it's good to feel like people care about what you're doing too. And they care about your sports, not just their brothers, you know? So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is amazing. I don't know if I ever did anything like this when I was young.
I definitely didn't do it.
I think that's a shame, okay? It's embarrassing.
I'm like, this is so
We were not as cool
cool.
as you.
So tell us, how did y'all end up building the field?
Well, the Princeton rowing team came down from New Jersey, and they helped us skin the field, and I actually went rowing with them after that.
What?
Yeah, they helped us skin the field because obviously they're so strong because they do rowing, and I couldn't have skinned a field because I'm not that strong.
Yeah.
So they helped us. And
It's also good to put other people to work and you can delegate.
Delegate.
It's a nice lesson to learn.
yeah, and that's kind of how we skinned the field, and now we're turning it into a multi-purpose field where everyone can play.
That's so cool. I love that they came down and helped out too. That's also a good lesson that kids know everybody can pitch in and help other people out too. It's all just such a great story. So this is a great accomplishment. So what impresses you the most about her? Just curious.
I mean, you're so brave for being here. You're so brave for like having an idea and actually turning it into something that's not just going to impact you and your friends, but like think of the generations of girls that now know that they can do something like this. So thank you for being so inspiring.
Evangeline, I just want to say, I'm impressed you actually wrote a letter by hand. You're 10 years old. This is 2022. You could have sent an email. But you took that stationery, you took a pen and paper and wrote something. You've probably got really good penmanship as well. Penwomanship. Penwomanship.
Penwomanship.
Penwomanship.
Oh my God, I've never thought about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Penwomanship. Evangeline, I'm so
amazing.
proud of you for writing a letter.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
You want
But,
to
you
create
know,
real change.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I did. So you never get what you don't ask for.
Yeah.
And before
Oh
we
my
end,
gosh, girl! You never get what you don't ask for. Okay.
Before we end, I wanted to give this to River. It's a softball, so maybe she can like start playing or something.
Oh my gosh, you have just made a best friend. She is literally gonna think, first of all, I'm not kidding, she's going to reach out and send you a video. She's like, my daughter's never met a stranger, and she literally is going to love that you thought of her. So expect a video of us playing with this. This is so sweet, thank you. Well, we know someone who's truly impressed with your leadership skills, ma'am, and she's tied up in meetings, but she did want to send you a message, so check this out.
Hello, Evangeline and Kelly. It's Mayor Jane here. Wow, Evangeline, I am so proud of what you've been able to accomplish. When you wrote the letter to me asking for more spaces for girls to play softball in city parks, I'm sure you didn't know just how far that would go. I also heard you've been running for student government as well. That's incredible. I was hoping you may be able to stop by my office soon and share some of your other ideas. Kelly, I think we may have a future mayor right here in our midst. Thank you both, and Evangeline, I can't wait to see what you're going to do next.
I'm just saying, pull out that stationery, start writing some ideas down. You've got their eyes on you now. So what do you think? That's pretty cool, right?
I did not expect that.
I know. I'm just saying, you should write some more letters. You got like a straight line to God or something. Building fields, everything. Well, that's not all. Our season-long partner, Pilot G2 Gel Ink Pen, the go-to pen of the Kelly Clarkson Show, they want to make sure that you continue writing yourself into the history books. So they're going to give you $5,000 just because you're red. That's all. How's that